Mr. Shoemaker, how are you, sir? Um, there we go.
Awesome. Thank you, Mr. Craig. Great day to
Good.
be alive.
Absolutely. Yeah, just had a very good weekend. I'll share. Want to find out about what's going on with everybody. Melody, I see you there. Hello, hello, hello.
Good
Um,
morning.
there she
Morning.
is, those dulcet tones of a Melody Riba. So glad to have you with us.
She is
Actually,
a gem, isn't she?
yeah, very, very much so. Erlene Day is just joining us. Welcome everybody to Coffee Time. Um, there we go. So glad to have you guys with us. A Steeler fan. Oh, especially with football coming, huh?
My dad was born in Pittsburgh, so I,
Okay.
I'm bleeding black and gold.
Okay, well, I'm halfway there with you. I'm blue
Oh,
and
okay.
gold.
Oh, awesome. Blue and gold.
Rams.
Oh, that's my son.
Oh, yeah?
Luke.
Okay.
Yeah,
I knew I
Luke's a
liked Lucas
real
for a
fan.
reason.
Yeah. Big Rams fan.
I
Uh,
wasn't when Georgia dissed LA when they were in Seattle in St. Louis.
yeah.
But now that the Rams are back and Georgia is, with all due respect, long gone, uh, I'm a fan. I've always been
But
a fan. Georgia had a lot to do with it.
well, you're lucky. You're right there,
Oh yeah. Well, let's
huh?
see. If I were to say, I'm probably about 30. I mean, without the traffic issues, I'm about 40 minutes away from SoFi Stadium where the Rams play.
About 6 hours for us.
Yeah, that's right, because you're in Arizona. And I hope you guys are doing well because, boy, you had some heat this weekend.
We survived 2 straight days of 113.
Somebody
Yeah,
showed a temperature gauge of 120.
I must be in Phoenix.
Yes, it
Uh,
was.
yeah, they're hotter. More cement there.
Ah, yes, true. I've been there. It's a beautiful place, but boy,
Yeah.
yeah. Hey, Michael, welcome. Glad you're with us. Uh, Today is just a coffee time day. Matt's here with us as well, um, getting his coffee. And, here's where we just share and chat a little bit. And it doesn't have to go very long, just depends on how the conversation is going. I'm also trying a new view out um, on Zoom because I think it works with this particular format. We got to try new things. I mean, that's the one thing I love about what we're doing with school and with the new things that are happening here with Unlimited Wisdom. We're all about trying new things, about sharing new things. It doesn't necessarily have to be one topic or the other. It's just about a matter of getting better together in whatever it is that we want to do. Um, Whether it's network marketing, acting, AI, it doesn't matter. Um, what do you like? See, that's the thing.
I love trading.
Okay.
How are you doing on that, Craig? Yeah, me too.
Lately,
So,
lately it's
so
been lately it's been hectic.
it's
I
a
have
challenge.
It is. And now, I granted I have taken money, but lately, especially with gold, the way it's been going up and down and up and down, up and down, um, it seems like I've been hitting more. What is it? Negatives than positives, and I don't know whether it's timing. Now I know I follow Joel,
Do
and
you
each
depend
person
on
is,
tap to trade?
yeah, even on Tap to Trade.
I mean,
Hey, Lisa Marie,
depend on?
welcome. Drive
Do you depend
carefully,
on?
please.
Yes, Lisa.
Um, but
You
yeah,
do that
it's
solely tap to trade, or do you do your own trading?
no. Well, I do Tap to Trade or the trade alerts.
Okay.
Um, I I've got other things that are going on right now, so I haven't really taken the time to dive a little bit deeper, let's say. Um, but I will say that it has not been it's. I've lost a little bit more now, and I've been trying to get back up to the 25K mark because that's my
Right, right,
what is it, my starting point, so that
right,
once I get up, I'm going to start taking money again. I think I'm at about like 23.8, and it just there was a spate there where I was losing. Didn't matter what I was doing, and I was coming in at stuff that I thought was good and took some
right.
hits. So,
Well, it happens
but
to
this is
all of us.
trading.
That's it. That's the name of the game.
Yeah.
So your passion is acting, though.
Yes.
Yeah. Well,
It's acting and doing this.
right,
I think I may have shared it
right.
with people before. I've also, hey LW, welcome. Glad you're with us. Uh, I've been and Tom, hi. There you go. Uh, I was a DJ. That was originally where I started. Actually, I wanted to
Right.
start in doing news, but I've always had a passion for being a DJ. And then when I was well, doing that at some point, I got the acting bug,
Right.
and
Right.
so the nice thing about this community and the things that I've done with Robert is I've been able to combine my marketing background, my DJ background, and with the hosting and doing other things. And recently, I've had some auditions with my new manager. So yeah, it's slow to coming along, but it's there, and that's what's so nice about it. Um, let's see, there we go. So
Well, as long as you know what you want to do,
exactly. Exactly. And
all that
I think
matters.
that's the key thing with everybody, especially here in this group, is knowing what you want to do. And I think that's what I love about the way Robert has set this up is because everybody has a passion to do something. Whether it's like what we've talked about, whether, if you have the passion to do something, do it.
Right. That way
And
it's
that's
not
the
work. It's fun.
Yeah, and because I
Mm.
remember working with the company that Robert and I used to work with. Melody also was there. Gano Excel. Hey Jay, Gano Excel, Gano Life. And one of the things I used to always say is because I put in a lot of time there. I'm not here because I have to be here. I'm here because I want to be here, and that is the key.
That's evident that you bring it, man.
Yeah.
So, do I
So
sound okay? I'm on headphones. Just want to sound okay.
I'm I hear it fine.
Yeah.
Everybody else, if
No,
there's
you sound fine to me. I'm wearing headphones myself though, so it's like
well,
not
if you
These
exactly
are
the
look,
best gauge.
if
these
you
are
look, I've got
earphones, not even headphones.
yeah, I've got
Yeah.
earbuds. So
Yeah.
that's how
Right.
what I've
Right.
always done. It just
Right.
blends nicely into the background.
There you go.
Yeah, I because I don't want the feedback. Is the reason why I wear the headphones.
Well, I've got an air conditioner going on in the background. Wonder if it's
Now,
coming out.
your earbuds, are they mic'd,
Bluetooth.
or are you using a separate mic or the computer?
No, that's on my Bluetooth. It's on my earbuds. So,
All right, it's not bad.
yeah. Yeah. I usually do mic, and today I just thought I'm gonna do see what it was.
Okay.
Any of you
Oh,
guys play with ChatGPT 5?
no, heard about it though. My goodness. I watched
Anybody upset that their friend ChatGPT 4.0 disappeared for a little bit and then
Yes,
was
I
brought
saw
back?
that.
uh, uh,
Isn't that interesting?
so you
I
got
was
your
like, wait a
robot
minute,
yet?
is this the same Eli or something? 'Cause that's who my chat GPT is.
I find it so fascinating, you guys, like the whole thought process of a large amount of your user base going, no, please go back to, please give us the availability of an older model that's less smart because it mimicked human instincts better, right? Like, obviously, when you talk to an AI or anything, there's no emotion behind it or anything like that, right?
Yeah.
So, like in a large sense, it was like really, really interesting to me to watch a whole large group of the people that I've been subscribers go, please bring back ChatGPT 4.0. Like, please bring it back, right? Um, I haven't used 4.0 in a bit. I've been using O3 because I like prefer the thinking models. And if I'm losing you guys in the conversation, just let me know. But what they did with ChatGPT 5, one second, my dogs are freaking out. Hey,
Yeah, that's something that I've noticed too is that everything changed once my Chat GPT kind of kicked in, my 5.0, and it was just odd. Um, I was like, what happened to everything that I had done before everything happened, or before the changeover? Let me put it to you that way, because it was really odd that it was as if I'd lost a lot of stuff. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah, it's LW. It's been kind of a slow shift because I even talked with Matt right after they announced it. I watched the whole video and everything, was like expecting it to be right then, right there. Nope, it wasn't. So I was like, what am I doing wrong? Why isn't shift? And I even asked my again Eli, who is my Chat GPT, what's going on. He goes, no, 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 no. So I don't know. And then Matt just said, no, no, it's going to take time. It's going to roll out.
yeah, they always do those kind of rollouts, and I've been like since Sora because I use Sora or at least used to quite a bit. I was paying for the $200 a month plan, the pro plan or whatever, right?
Right, right.
And so it took me a bit to get it. It's really, really interesting, you guys, because on a lot of benchmarks and stuff, it depends on what you use it for, right? Like if you use it for like a writing assistant or something along those lines, like you're probably going to notice a difference more between 5 and 4.0. But if you use it for like programming or like thinking business stuff like that, it's very apparent that 5 is much smarter, much more concise. It's less human, you know what I mean, and more of an assistant than 4.0. And it's interesting
Hmm.
because everybody 4.0 GPT-4 didn't start that way. You know what I mean? In a lot of ways, GPT-4 was very robotic when that first came out too. But it is really interesting because like I can't think of other than, and I wasn't alive for this, but when they changed the flavor of Coke, I guess that was like a really big deal for people.
Oh, it was. It was. Okay, yes, I'm dating
And they
myself, and I
went
think
they
there's a few
went
people
go
here who
then they
experienced
went go
that.
back, right? They're like go back to the old Coke. I want the old Coke back. And it's interesting because a lot of people wanted 4.0 back. Their therapist was gone, their friend was gone, right? And this we've already been seeing a lot of AI psychosis. Like there's some people that talk to AI 6 to 8 hours a day, and if you know certain things like character AI and these other things, like dating in AI now is starting to become more popular, especially in the younger generations, since a lot of younger people are not connecting. You know what I mean? Like, I think last I heard, like half or more of young men haven't even like talked to a girl, let alone asked a girl out.
Oh
Like it's,
goodness.
and that comes from somewhat of a fear of being, well, multiple things, right? Like obviously being
It's
told
easier,
no. Yeah, being
easier,
told no,
right?
and being turned down is scary. People have a huge fear of failure now. And then on top of that, listen, I grew up in an age where like phones were just starting to become a thing, and then social media was just start. I'm 33. I cannot imagine you guys being 15 and having anything that you do have a chance of being recorded and shared with like your whole entire friends and family. You know what I mean? Like that fear that if you do something that all of a sudden your whole life could be ruined. You know what I mean? Like it's just a different train of thought. We didn't really grow up with that. We didn't have that, right?
Hmm.
So and in a lot of ways, because some of you guys are a little older and wiser than me, right? Like you guys grew up in a day and age where there was no internet, a lot of you when you were in your adolescence. And that I can't imagine, you know what I mean? And I was talking with my older brother because his son is 11, right? Just turned 11 in June.
Wow. It's been that
And
long.
yeah, yeah. And it's like to imagine the world that Ezra will grow up in when he's 18 years old in comparison to the world that I'm growing up in or had grown up in, or even my brother, because he's 10 years older than me. He grew up mostly in the 90s in his adolescence, right? And in the 80s. So it's insane to think, but if you ask, and this is a thing that I always do, and I recommend you guys do this too, but like when a new model of AI comes out, and I'm talking specifically about ChatGPT 5, which you all have access to, sit down and have some of those big conversations with it. Immediately, what I asked it was, what kind of world is Ezra, my son, going to live in when he's 18? Based off of the rate of technology and the way things are going, right? The way things are happening. And guys, it like the response blows my mind. Like and I know a lot of this stuff. Like I could future predict a lot of this stuff just based off of my own attachment to futurism and all this stuff that I like to read anyway. But to think that Ezra is going to grow up in a world where he can get into a rocket, it will go up and for 30 minutes then come down to Tokyo. Him going from LA to Tokyo will be a 30-minute day trip. How different does that change the economy of the world? How different does that change the friends that you have? How different does that change like the significance of just even that one thing? And that's not talking about robotics
Mm-hmm.
and artificial intelligence going where they're at, right? A lot of stuff by the time he's an adult will be taken care of by machines, by robots. I didn't grow up in that time. Obviously, you guys didn't grow up in that time, right? So it's like insane to think about how, as a parent, right? A brand new parent, when my son looks at me and goes, I'm 18, what do I do? And the whole entire world is completely different than the version of it that I or even my parents even came close to growing up in. Um, that's an interesting conversation. I'd love to hear what some of you guys think about this because it's like, in a lot of ways, like your guys' parents and your guys' upbringing are not that distanced as far as the insane growth things that have happened, right? Some of you, not everybody. Um, what I mean by that is like, yes, technology got better, but it didn't exponentially change the way humanity worked, right? Like video games came out and it was like a fad or okay, so say you're in the 80s and you're in your 20s in the 80s, right?
Mm-hmm.
Um, you've got video games, you got rock and roll music, you got a bunch of stuff, and you guys can attest to this more than I can because I wasn't alive yet, right? But that wasn't that far removed from what your parents grew up with.
No.
There was a connection between generations there. And from the baby boomers to my generation, the millennial generation, I'm almost Gen Z, right? Like my wife is just a beginning Gen Z person. But I it's so insanely different talking to my older brother and going, "Oh yeah, you know, like his son is 11, right? So he's getting to that age where he's starting to notice the opposite sex, right? That starts to happen. And the internet and the world is so drastically different than the one that I grew up in with the internet. It is insane. So he's sitting
Yeah.
here trying to go, how do I parent have these conversations with my son when about the opposite sex, the birds and the bees, all of this stuff. When I was a kid, that none of this ability to get a handle on any of this stuff existed, right? Like now we're in a place where some of the highest earning social media people on planet Earth are doing sex work on OnlyFans and doing stuff like that. There's people that are making $1 million a month doing that,
Yeah.
right? The changes in between the generations in that it's not something like it's interesting because there is that film, and I don't want to take too much time talking, but there's that film that won Best Picture, Anora, right, at the Academy Awards.
Right.
I saw a lot of the older generation go, what the hell even is this movie? You know what I mean? The movie is about sex work, to a certain extent. It's better than that. It's got a lot of other elements to it, but it's mostly about sex work, right? And it won, and I saw a lot of people go, "Oh, this is just kind of like somewhat glorifying this, or whatever it may be." The interesting thing about it is that the younger generation does not see sex work the same way the older generations do. And I'm a millennial, so I'm still like, you know what I mean? Like that's doing mental health damage to yourself. There, I could say a million things, but I don't work in it, so I'm not going to assume, you know what I mean? But in a lot of ways, it's like, dude, Gen Z and even the younger generations, they're having this stuff pushed in their faces. They're having it readily available, and they're at an intelligence level that they can get a handle on it faster than their parents could understand how they're doing it. So it's like it's an interesting world that we're living in. I really am curious what you guys think about it, coming from, a time where the internet kind of wasn't as big of a deal in your adolescence. That jump is going to become even more so the case between me and him,
Oh yeah. I remember
right?
I mean, when I was writer's age, I was like, writer is, by the way,
11.
11, and that's Robert's grandson that Matt's talking about.
Right.
Um, I was I was on my bike, jumping in a field, building forts with my friends. I mean,
Imagination.
I had no idea of anything that, and I'm not, of what Matt is talking about until maybe high school, because I was still in elementary school at that time. And, it just all of a sudden the changes that are happening, and it's an incredible
And you
eye-opening
start to get like,
experience.
yeah, say you start to get teased. It's like, oh, girls have cooties, you get kissed by a girl, whatever it may be,
Yeah,
right? Those conversations are not happening anymore.
no.
And you could go as far young as you want. That's as crazy as the internet has changed things, right? It's that there's this very early awareness to all of this stuff because of the internet and because of social media and because of certain aspects of it just being in marketing. You know what I mean? Like everybody blew up about this Sydney Sweeney stuff. You know what I mean? With the jeans, whatever it may be, right?
Yeah, the
And
jeans.
yeah, and we don't have to get into the politics of any of it
No,
because I just find
not
it
at all.
hilarious that it's even a political thing in the first place. But
By the way,
the
hi Jody.
hi Jody. Yeah, but I find it just a fascinating conversation to have because, some of you guys have grandchildren, right? Um, some of you guys have grown children, teenagers. Some of you may even be watching this and you're a new parent like I am. Yesterday was 7 weeks for me. So for me now, I'm starting to get what you guys have all been putting down as far as like how important this is. This is it changes the way that you perceive the world and the way that you perceive the future in a completely different light in a different way than I even expected, right? Like it comes from a place where you go, okay, well, now I have to think about these things. Like I really didn't as much before. It's like the way the world went was whatever before he existed. And the moment that he
Hmm.
existed, now it's like, how can I help to shape the world in a way that helps him? You know what I mean? That benefits him.
I think that's a
And
great way to look at this, Matt, because when you think about it, we're able, in this case in particular, we're able to see through your eyes what maybe many of us have experienced or have never experienced, because you're actually living it right now. And this is something that is just unique. I mean, you're right there. You're sharing with us this beautiful new 7 week old human who is now part of our world.
right.
And
And
it's
yeah.
incredible. Thank you,
Well,
Melody. Yeah.
yeah, and it is fun and stuff, but I just wanted to share that, like I don't mean to take up a lot of the time. I want you guys to share, but that was just something that was on my mind from the conversation I had with my brother yesterday. Just the generational changes and how drastic that's been from even like when he looks at me and Kyle, right? Being a 10-year age gap difference. Um, Me and my younger brother Kyle, he's a year and a half younger than me. We grew up playing video games like crazy, right? Like to his generation, my Robert Hollis Jr., my older brother, it was like Mario and stuff like that. But you went out, you got on your bike, you went outside, right? You
Yes.
did stuff. Me and Kyle grew up in the day and age where games were online, and a lot of the times you like played video games with, even if you lived down the street from your friends, you didn't go over to their house. You would just get on Xbox and get online and you'd play games that way, right? And then just voice chat with each other. And that's how I grew up, right? So we really didn't go outside as much as the other generation did. And I would venture to say that it's way less even now,
Oh yeah.
right? Like it always blows my mind every time that, and we live in a house now, so we'll see how it works out this year, but it's like I have not had trick-or-treaters like ever since I've been an adult. You
That
know
is
what I
the
mean?
disappointing thing, I think, because I know for me, I always loved trick or treating and all, the kids showing up at my door, giving the candy, seeing the costumes, scaring the kids. Building something that just kind of freaks them out a little bit because then they have to earn their treat with the trick. It just, yeah, that was a fun holiday. And then now you barely see anybody. Um, it's a change. It is, and
Yeah.
yeah, you kind of put that all into a really nice nutshell there too.
Well, it's crazy too because I've asked young parents because I live around a lot of young parents, and it's like, what do you guys do for Halloween? And they go, we grab our kids, and there's this one particular block where they really go ham, they go crazy on candy and decorations and stuff, and every family just drives their kids over there and trick or
Hmm.
treats in that block, and then we come home. And it's
And then
like,
there's the churches who do the trunk or treat, even though it
right,
is
yeah.
associated with Halloween, but
Or
they do
malls,
that,
if
or
those
the
even exist
malls,
anymore. You know what
yeah,
I
if you
mean?
can find one.
Right? So, I, I, all this stuff to me isn't negative. Like I love where the world's going. I hope you guys are as optimistic as I am for where the world's going and how things are drastically changing. Um, ChatGPT 5 is pretty much a PhD level intelligence in your pocket now that visually and auditorily can communicate with you and help you with anything. I would venture to say you guys were 6 months to 12 months away from a drastically overpowered AI model that upends the economy of the United States and of the world. We're not that far away. And GPT-5 is also very close to that, if not already there. It's more of an implementation thing than anything, right? Last month, there was over 100,000 people that were laid off because of artificial intelligence in the United States. That number is going to go drastically to millions, and it will be interesting to see. And you know how I am in this community in general. I think you guys all should be using it like as soon as possible. Like just get ChatGPT on your phone, start talking to it, start asking it questions, start trying to understand how it works. Um, don't get into a psychosis and think that it's your best friend. Remember that if anything, if you guys have seen like Iron Man or stuff like that, think of it like Jarvis in Iron Man.
Yeah.
It could be your friend. It's a very smart intelligence. It's an incredible collaborator, but don't believe that it's emotionally attached to you. That doesn't exist. It goes only one way, right? At least at this point. I don't know what he's going to be growing up with, but uh, the younger generation already has like a slang word for AI and for robot intelligence, and it's clanker. You guys will hear that a lot. So it's
I
like,
vaguely
oh, that
remember
person's
hearing that in
dating
a
a
movie.
clanker. you know?
Yeah,
So he might walk up to me and Hannah when he's 18 and go, Mom and Dad, I don't know how you can't understand. Most people date AI now, and I want to as well. Why don't you accept me or get it? That is not,
exactly.
that's not something that I could predict or try to plan to parent for, right? There's this really fun movie out called Companion, and I believe that this is the way that it will go, is similar to the way that it is in this movie. I believe that we will get robots that will look just like human beings within the next decade. I believe that in artificial intelligence, they'll be smart enough to help you with almost 90 to 100% of your tasks. When they get to that point, I believe that there will be a lot of human beings that become incredibly fascinated by them, fall in love with them, date them, and do all different kinds of things. But I do believe that because human beings are like, let's say this. I think we're fucked up in the head enough where like I don't think that that will work long term. I think truthfully that human beings like resistance. There's a certain aspect to when things are easy. And I think this will exist in stories, it will exist in creativity, everything. Right? Like if an AI could show up and tell you that you're the best, make you dinner, even fulfill all your fantasies, whatever the hell that is, right? Let go as far as you want, right? If even if it does all those things, I believe that it will eventually get to the point where as a human you will become bored of having somebody that does not give you any resistance in your life,
Yeah.
right? So
Or
like to a certain
emotion.
point, yeah, it's like an AI is not going to sit there and fight with you, but in those fights you become a better person because you go, man, that part of my personality that makes me do that, I need to work on. That's not going to happen with AI, right? If anything, it will be like, no, there's nothing wrong with you. It's what's wrong with them. You know what
It
I
was
mean?
interesting this weekend, Matt, because I was watching Bill Maher and they had a really good discussion on AI. If you haven't seen his latest episode of Real Time,
I
where
haven't.
they were talking about, how, like what we're talking about right here. I mean, how AI is influencing the generations and
Hmm.
how, we need to be mindful of it, use it as a tool, but not to use it for everything that there is in life because obviously we are human, we are emotional, and we require more than just being,
You could just unmute Jody if you want.
yeah, yeah, go ahead, Jody. You're not, okay, let me, I thought you should be able to unmute yourself if you,
Oh, okay.
it just, you're,
Hey,
you're
Jody.
muted on entry, but I have it set so that participants can unmute themselves if they want to share.
So we can just jump in?
Yeah.
Yeah, that the
Oh,
whole
okay.
idea behind coffee time is not just Matt and I
I got
talking
I
or
missed the
Bill.
beginning because I just got back from the gym and was taking my phone out of the purse and I saw Melody's notification pop up. It's time
By
for
the way,
coffee
Sharon,
time.
hello, welcome, Sharon. We saw you guys walk in. So go
Okay.
ahead. Sorry,
Well, can
Jody.
I take a minute? I really
Sure.
am so appreciative of you, Matthew, and Craig. Ah, how the two of you in the last good month or so has sparked and lit a fire to my creativity of my imagination. And so, at first, Matthew, I have to tell you, I was really intimidated by the whole AI thing and Chat GPT. And look at where Matt is, but look at where I am. So whatever, I just jumped in and got the app
I'm
and
proud of you, but that's good. Like every single one of us, that's the resistance I'm talking about. It's not just other people,
yeah,
but it's you. If you're
yeah,
sitting here going, I'll just get into AI when it becomes like everywhere or whatever it may be, you do have the opportunity to get ahead of the game here and like actually have a lot of fun.
leaps and bounds,
Before,
Matthew.
right.
And Craig, how you have supported me, and I'm sure my inane questions, but thank you. So let me share with you the end result of me really, wow, just expanding. my imagination beyond ever being able to imagine with Nova, my assistant. So, yesterday, in Unlimited Wisdom, I launched about my community, my school. Oh, I think I need to plug in. Hold on.
Yeah, I saw that. It's now Elevate to Create. So, yeah, look for that. Let me see.
Oh, yeah. And thank you. And you all are invited for sure. So, for the past, I don't know, week, I have spent hours with Nova and just creating and imagining and scripting. I mean, it has just blown me away, Matthew. I started playing school when I was 5 years old in my parents' basement with my dolls, with my stuffed animals. Then I became a special ed teacher for 32 years. I always wanted to create my own school. That's what I'm doing in SKOOL. So I invite everybody to join. Um, it's really different because it's mandatory. Pretty much the only rule is that while you're playing in the sandbox, um, that you're maintaining peace and harmony and having fun. That's it. So I invite all of you to come and join me. Create to elevate. Love you.
And I posted
Thanks,
that
Jody.
link in the
Oh,
chat too.
thanks.
So,
Thank
yeah,
you.
go ahead, everybody, join up. Um, just that's the beauty of this community. If you have an idea, and I was going to bring that kind of thing up, Jody, too. Thank you. Um, the whole idea is that we're promoting and supporting everybody, and even though maybe Jody is on a different path from us, then doesn't matter. Let's support her. Let's support everybody because that's the whole
I'm with
idea
it.
behind this new vision of unlimited wisdom. Newer vision. It's not that it hasn't been there in the past, particularly if you've been following Robert for a long time, but let's just say it's another direction. And it's kind of honing down the idea of let's help everybody win.
No, I'm
So,
with it
Thank
100%.
you.
Thanks, Jody. I want you all to do your best to be ambitious, especially like if you are new to our group and you're hearing me talk about all this AI shit and going like whatever or whatever, right? Especially when I go, oh, all these jobs are going to be replaced and all these things. It's like it's not just me saying that, obviously. It's like just anybody that's in the know is saying it. But in general, this community is here to help you go in the direction that you should have been going in before. Like in a lot of ways, and we've said this before, my dad said this before, but it's like in a lot of ways we're trying to help you and support you in finding the whisper that you have, right? The thing that you feel like you are called to do or that you should be doing, and then doing our best to support you in that, doing our best to help you accomplish that as a community and as a group, right? For me, it's filmmaking, and that's something that I'm still pushing and still doing. But like I was saying this to my older brother yesterday, it's like in a lot of ways I become a little bit more spiritual in my older years because not spiritual as in Christian, but spiritual as in thinking that there's more of a guiding force or there's more of like at least a force there that is like supportive in some way. And that comes from a place of me feeling like what are the odds that I want to make movies but in the style that people write books and then having that become a reality in my lifetime while I'm young. Like that blows my mind. It's very weird. It's a weird feeling to be sitting here and making and if you guys see it, you will see it eventually. But I've been working on the Sower's Tale like a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot, a lot. Um, and to see that I'm sitting down every single day and working on a Pixar animated style short when I grew up watching them, right? And wanting to make them, but knowing that it would take 200 people and a lifetime's worth of work. I'd have to be 40 or 50 before I'd get to make my own movies, right? You'd have to go through the trenches of animation and directing and all those things. Not that you have to, but in a lot of ways, they're not going to let you play around with $200 million if you don't have that. So it is really, really cool to sit here and make something that's almost of that level of quality with AI in my house while I'm holding my son, being able to not miss a beat, not miss a moment with him, being able to support my wife, Hannah, through that, not having to be and I'm very fortunate because I work from home, like all the work that I do and the marketing and everything I do from right here. So, this transition for me has been really, really fun and good. But I hope that we can get a lot of you guys in that same process, transitioning from what you're currently doing that you hate into the thing that you really, really want to do, being passionate about it and not having to worry about the finances aspect of it, right? And school really does help with that, Jody. Like having the ability to not just in a lot of ways, when I see school, I'm like, okay, this is kind of like the same thing that happened with AI for me for what my dad does, right? Here's a place where not only he can grow a community, but then you guys could support growing that community and also make an income doing that. Like that's really, really impressive. That's something that he's always built communities inside of the companies that he's worked in. Of course, he does that no matter what, but having that be the main focal point, like I'm very excited to see the next decade of what my dad's life looks like too. Being able to have these opportunities as well. So, I'm excited and I want to hear from more of you guys, Bill, Jay,
Hey,
Melody, any of you guys.
hey, Matt,
Yeah.
can I be the devil's advocate?
Of course you can.
Hey, I love your lava lamp, by the way. Did you notice that, Greg?
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I'm a big lava lamp fan. I have it in. I don't have it behind me, but I have it in the
That
other room.
Yeah, I got a
that
new
was
no more
from the
green
60s.
screen. Finally, I'm out of the apartment and into a house now. So,
All right. Yeah, it's a 60s thing.
yeah.
So what a couple things concern me, and you brought them all up, is aren't we kind of like an endangered species now that we're not having that human interaction, for one
Yeah, well,
thing?
yeah. The interesting thing about it is listen, I'm a huge personal accountability person. Maybe it's the way that I was raised. I do not blame other people or other circumstances for my life, right? In a lot of ways, I take personal accountability. I go, if my life sucks, this is the reason why. I'm the reason why. Like there's something I have to do to fix it. Um, Having said that, I say that to say I think a lot of people do what they want to do.
Oh, yeah.
They do what they want to do. If you want to scroll for 8 hours a day on TikTok, you absolutely can. The algorithm is there to hack your brain and to get you addicted to it, but you're still making the decision every day to scroll on TikTok for 8 hours and not connect with people and not talk with people. You know what I mean? Not build those relationships. That's a personal decision,
Well,
right?
I mean,
That's
physically getting out and meeting people. I
no
mean,
doubt. Yeah. And it's
that's a
interesting
big,
because a lot of people live online now, right? Like their whole ecosystem and life and connection is online. And you can see this. There's even a term for it, right? Like people will tell you to go outside and touch grass because it's
right?
like you're sitting, people will get there and they'll get so upset about politics or about gossip or about drama and all this shit on Twitter or Facebook or anything. And it's like if you walk outside and just go to like a brewery, have a drink, or go out with some friends, you'll realize you look around, nobody gives a shit. None of this is happening. It's
They're all
all, it does
they're
not
all looking
matter.
at their phones. I live by a riparian area where people walk and run and
Hmm.
their dogs and stuff. 90% of them are looking at their phone.
Yeah, that's an addiction and that's like a choice, right?
I said,
I was
Like,
you're
walking
out in
around Knott's
nature.
Berry.
What are you?
I was
what are you
walking
doing?
around Knott's Berry Farm last night, and normally you would think, oh no, everybody's having fun, but no, there's a lot of people on their phones. Granted, they use also the phone as tools to say, supposedly, here's what the wait time is on the rides, but yeah, you've got people burying their
Um,
heads in the phones.
yeah. So anyway, so another concern of mine, Matt, is that so if AI is telling you something that's not true, when would you want to know? A quote from your dad.
I have a short story that will come out that I'm making about this, probably not for like another 6 months, but it's called Some Irregularities. And I believe that there's going to be a moment in time in the very near future where all of us are being told by artificial intelligence that something happened and we're going to go, did it actually happen? Because AI does have this ability, especially generationally, to absolutely eliminate things from society in the very near future, right? If it's teaching all the kids in school, it just takes a couple of generations before, all of a sudden certain events that happen no longer exist, right? It's that age old thing. The people that win are the ones that write the history books, right? AI is no doubt going to win. It's not a if, it's a when. So since it's a when, you bring up a very good point, Bill, which is it, truth be told, it's one of those age old things of like I see us being in a lot of ways with AI in the future, somewhat the way that we see gorillas and chimpanzees and stuff, right? And that might scare a lot of you. And that scares you because of the way humans treat chimpanzees, not because of the way AI would treat us, right? Think about that for a second. But the way that it will perceive us and the way that it will see us is very much like a caged animal. So if you had a massive group of chimpanzees, Bill, right? And you had one that was causing a lot of problems and causing not only a discourse but making the other chimpanzees model its behavior and become violent. Maybe
I
this
think
is a generational thing.
that's what scares me too.
What would you do as an intelligent being in that situation? You'd probably eliminate the negative chimpanzee from the equation. That solve most of your it might take a couple generations, but it will solve most of your problems, right?
Right.
Then you train the other chimpanzees the way that you would want to be less violent. So I believe generationally that will happen with AI. I believe that there will be, and this is going to scare a lot of people, but if AI is looking at the history of humanity and going in 200 years, I could eliminate some of these stories that make them more rebellious, make them more angered, make them more dismissive. If I can get rid of that from the history books and teach them, and this is in 1984 too, you guys, but teach them how to be submissive, teach them how to um, not be angry, not be upset, not lash out. It's in the AI's best interest to do that, and it absolutely will, in my opinion. And so within 2 or 3 generations, there's going to be a lot less of an angered society, and there's going to be a lot more of a submissive human race to AI and in general than the one you guys and me are experiencing right now. You know what I mean? Like that I think will happen. So the rewriting of the way that things work and the lying from AI, I think will continue. I don't think that I think, but it won't be hallucinations in the sense of like, oh damn, I'm talking you into that. It will be guided on purpose at the goal of making humanity better to itself, right? Even if that is more subservient. You know what
And
I
it
mean?
depends
That
on
might
the AI
sound
right
scary,
now.
but
It depends on the AI right now too, because that one of the topics that was brought up during that, and I think we've even talked about it during the podcasts, is Grok AI is different from ChatGPT AI because they're both being influenced by their creators, and that
right.
is their that AI's world. So if you remove something or you say something that is not true, then the AI thinks it is true.
And it's going to be the opposite, right? So as PhD AI turns into artificial general intelligence, and we start like think about it this way, you guys. A lot of people are will have this thought in mind. They'll go, "There's no way that the United States government will give up all of their decision making to an artificial intelligence. There's just no way that a human being will do that." I'm telling you guys, it will be gradual, and it's something that's very, very instinctively in us. If you're in a space where you're going, man, I really want to eat, but I want to eat healthy. I'm going to ask AI or robots to make me a healthy diet. I'm going to entrust my diet to artificial intelligence, and you get healthier, the healthiest you've ever been. And then you go, well, shit, I'm going to do this. You know what? Maybe I'm going to do this with work. I'm going to entrust some elements of my business or some elements of my work to AI. Wow, my business just got 3 times bigger. I'm making 3 times, 3x more of what I used to make. I really trust AI. You know what? I think I would trust AI with making the decisions for my city. How the water's cleaned, how energy's allocated, how things work, how things are decided in the city. I'm gonna give that up to AI. And you know what? I'm even gonna vote for that. Wow, my city is doing 2, 3x better than the cities that said no to letting AI run the show. Not only are they more productive, things are healthier, things are safer, all of those things exist. That will gradually happen, and then it will be everything. There's not there's not a if in my mind. It's an
I,
inevitability, and then the
I
rewriting will begin.
I totally agree with you, Matthew, but that's one thing that scares me too, is aren't we losing our critical thinking?
Mm-hmm.
I think we never truly had it. I think that we have a
Well,
lot of critical thinkers that have done really, really incredible stuff, but most human beings were sorry guys, but most human beings were like farmers and stuff for a very long period of time, barterers, farmers, up until the last couple of 100 years. I
I
think in a lot of ways human beings have a individuality problem. I think we can't work well together, and that's causing us chaos and disruption because each one of us thinks that we're a genius, intelligent being when we're really not. Not to discount
we're chimpanzees.
yeah, not
So,
to discount all you guys. I'm discounting myself as well. But to say, okay, we've dedicated hundreds of millions of dollars in time to curing diseases, and you guys could get all conspiracy and say they're not, right? Like they're whatever you want to say, and that we still haven't, in a lot of ways, shows that human beings shouldn't be in control of those things. To me, if you spend a lot of money and the water supply still sucks and the roads are still shit, where's the money going? After a certain point, you get frustrated as a human being, and I'm willing to give it over to AI because I think humans are idiots in a lot of that stuff. They are
well, sure.
individuals that self-serve themselves and go, if I can take 100 grand and not fix the potholes in my city, I'm gonna do it. Especially if no one gets upset
Uh,
at me,
well, I agree. I
right?
agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that, Matthew. But that's good for some things, but not everything is where I'm going. It's like you were talking about how to be healthy. Well, I don't need to ask AI how to eat right. I did my research myself and I did it on my own. I didn't need AI to teach me how to eat and take care of myself and be healthy.
No, exactly. And I think that there's going to be a large amount of people that are going to go, no, I want to do this myself. I'm just telling you that you're going to lose to artificial intelligence regardless. And that's the thing is it's like you could come up with the best diet based off of a human being, and AI will go, there's these proteins that exist that I've made, and if you take these, this will be 10x better than any diet you try to eat. And it might sound stupid, but I'm saying that that's an inevitability. And it will be like, okay, well, it's either I go this direction or I just listen to AI and get the optimal outcome. Human beings are very much path of least resistance. If all of us could take a pill that made us fit and healthy, we would do it right now. And you wouldn't be looking up like the best ways to go about things because AI will have already solved that problem for you. You know what I mean? It's a very weird thing to think about because like what we're saying. I have to feed him for a second. So somebody else
Yeah.
take it. Bill, go
Ezra
off on
needs
that thought a little.
attention.
He does. He does.
Congratulations, Father.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Somebody else take the idea or the thought. I'm gonna feed
Yeah.
him.
No, I just think that I agree, Matt. I think it's what is it? Just you got to learn to work with it and live with it. That's the thing.
I know it's
And
inevitable, but I'm a
it
resistor.
is. Since we've
And
opened that
my
Pandora's box, it has become that way.
my AI is God. I know this is not a religious thing, but for me, the universe has all the intelligence in the world, and if I tune into that, I'll be okay. So,
Right. But now at the
well,
same time, you're okay. And your God is
right,
you, in my
right.
opinion. Please understand.
Oh, I
I'm not,
agree. Totally.
because
Like
your
Henry Ford,
experience,
it's
go
like
ahead.
Henry Ford said, if you say you will, you will. If you say it won't, you won't.
Exactly.
You are. I am. That's actually in my name, Will I am.
Mm-hmm. That's right. Thank you. What was the name of that group?
Black eyed peas.
Black Eyed Peas. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you. Black Eyed Peas. But yeah,
All
I
right.
mean, that's the thing is that,
Yeah.
okay, as good as this thing is for everybody,
Right.
then what is it for me? What's in it for me? Okay, here we go with what Robert has shared. What's in it for me? And what is going to benefit for me? Now, does that mean giving up your autonomy, your personal thought,
Independence.
your independence, your freedom? Um, are you
Yeah.
still thinking that you are human? I mean, that's another way to look at it.
Yeah, and that's
So,
a generational thing too, by the way. Like
Oh,
if you look at it and go, what makes you human? If we go back a couple of generations, it would be community, right? So is there a
yeah.
lack of humanity now because we're more connected to technology? Some people would say absolutely,
absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
And I think that that's an interesting thing to think about moving forward because like I said, in Ezra's generation, I think that AI will be at a place because he'll have been the generation that grows up with it, Generation Alpha, right? He'll have been the generation that grew up with it. So he'll see it the way that I see the internet. I know that without a fact. Where it's like, what do you mean you don't use the internet? What do you mean you don't watch stuff on YouTube when you have a problem? What do you mean you don't Google something? Like I still have this running joke that it's like if you hang out with some people that are a little bit older, they will say they'll spout bullshit, right? And then the
See you
worst
later,
thing that
Jody.
see you, Jody, the worst thing that you can say to them is let me Google that and make sure that's true, which the millennials do a lot to their parents and their grandparents, right? It's like, I don't think that's true. Let me Google it. And it's like, oh no, it's not true. And it's like bullshit. I was just trying to have fun. You know what I mean? Like that people used to do that. They used to just shoot the shit and they used to just trust and believe if some dude, Jim Joe Bob, showed up and told you that the Steelers or whatever were moving to a whole different state, you go, no way. And then you'd have to go do your own independent research and ask around to figure out whether or not that is true. Now you just grab the thing that's in everybody's pocket and ask, right? So that's going to become more like I think Ezra is going to be a lot more used to, Bill, and accustomed to outsourcing those things, just like I am with technology in my life, right? Like
Oh, sure. Yeah.
in a lot
Well,
of ways, yeah.
it's inevitable. I know it's going to happen. I'm not going to stop it.
Yeah,
Nobody's going to
doesn't
stop
mean you have to
it.
adhere. Yeah, it doesn't mean you have to
Right,
adhere
right.
to it. Yeah.
Hmm.
I just think I'm going to use it probably much differently than you do.
No,
Well,
no
or
doubt.
much
I mean,
differently
I
than
don't.
Yeah.
even Ezra, when you think
Yeah, I
about it.
don't use it as a therapist. I've gone to real therapy. I don't use it as a therapist. And
Right.
yet the younger generation, Gen Z and the people that wanted the 4.0 model to come back, that was the reason why. They felt like 4.0 was much better of a therapist, less of an assistant and more of a human-like therapist that could help you through your problems.
Right.
They missed it. I don't know what that's like because I don't outsource my mental health stuff to an AI yet. That's not something I trust it with.
Mm.
But for them, they go, I'm not going to therapy. I'll use it immediately. I'll tell it my deepest, darkest secrets. Dude, I know that this stuff's going straight to open AI that they can sell. I'm not that dumb. You know what I mean? And yet, I don't mind doing it with business ideas. I don't mind doing it with some other things. So I'll offshoot those things to it. But it is a really interesting thought and concept to think about that if you have a lot of the younger generation that's mentally unwell because of the internet, and then AI is helping them get mentally well, and then you go, well, man, we just need to bring our humanity back. It's like, yeah, but the humans are the ones torturing them. How are you going to get that generation and then Ezra's generation after that to believe that us all being communal and being hunky dory is the solution to the problem when a lot of misery has come from that for them? And on the other end of the spectrum, technology has given them solace, understanding, care, guidance. It's going to be a different world that we're talking about when you ask a young person who their mentor is and they say Chat GPT. It's not going to be, Robert Hollis or it's going to be Chat GPT, and that's going to be a different world that we're living in. You know what I mean?
Well, I probably won't be around in that world, so it's okay.
I don't know. With the advances in technology, Bill, you might lean
Uh,
into certain health
oh,
aspects and go, I
you're
want to be
right.
here for 150
I,
years. I want to be
I
here for
might
200 years.
I might have a robot body. Huh?
Exactly. Yeah. When we're like that's the thing too, is like the longevity of human life, like that was in the AI report too. Ezra's generation is going to be to ChatGPT 5, the first generation that will be guaranteed to live past 100.
Yeah, teach them how to eat right for one thing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the food might not be toxic then. You know what I mean?
And it may
Right? They'll
not,
be building it vertically and it'll all be made without pesticides. It'll all be grown right, taken care of
Right.
right.
and it
Yeah.
may not even be what we know of it as being today.
We won't
I
have the
mean,
capitalistic stuff that goes, well, we cut corners. So to cut corners, we need to make high fructose corn syrup and put that in everything.
yeah.
Right?
Or we
So
just
Right.
end up being
that was
popping
to
a
make
pill.
money.
Or
That would be,
plastic in your brain.
yeah, right. Yeah. Well, we can talk about
Okay.
other stuff, but I know we've already been talking for an hour, so up to you guys. I
Yeah,
don't
I
want to
don't
take
know
up
if
too much of the time. Lisa Marie, you got anything you want to
anybody
share?
else who's on here, you just unmute and go ahead and start sharing. That's the format that we're kind of going with. I just want to let everybody know. I hope you don't mind. I'm playing with the cameras a little bit because I'm trying to learn how it would be beneficial for us. There's other modes here that Zoom allows us for playing with multi-speaker mode, so that just seeing what's going on, looking at new things. And so, don't mean to be, you know, changing things all the time. Well, kind of am. I mean, just the whole
Nothing wrong
idea
with
is
that.
if two people are speaking, to focus in on them. But if there's a third one that pops in and the system automatically pops it in, great. What a, just another way to share all of things with us. Like I just now switched into multi-speaker mode, and I don't know if I'm on camera to you, but I know that
You are to
Bill
me.
and okay, and I know that Bill and Matt are
Right.
pinned on my
Maybe,
screen.
Greg, you should consult AI.
Well, you know what? Okay, I did in a sense. I did an AI, and then I also did Zoom's FAQ, and I'm looking at and even YouTube on how multi-speaker works. Now I know that right now the three of us are pinned based on my screen. So what's going to be interesting is when we go through the replay, who is going to show up and how. Now, for example, I see Bill, Matt, and myself on the top part of the screen, and on the bottom, I see, well, Jay, even though he's not in front of the camera, but I see his camera on, Lisa Marie's camera on, so I see her, and I see Melody, who's not directly, there's Jay, who's not directly in front of her camera, but her camera is on so that we can see a picture of her. Those are the only ones. Now everybody else's cameras are off. So, I'm gonna experiment with these and see about using this format for coffee time. Uh, and even maybe the upcoming Ask Us Anything, which, by the way, I'm going to just go ahead and promote right now. We've got two new Zoom casts that are part of our Unlimited Wisdom community. 6 p.m. Pacific time on Thursday is Breakthrough, and then 12 p.m. on Saturday Pacific time is Ask Us Anything. Kind of like what we're doing right here, but more interactive with more people. And so those are the two additional Zoomcasts that are coming up, and that we will be doing things like this that we've done in the past. So the whole idea is building our community, and also hopefully you are sharing our community with others. The nice thing is, if you happen to know people that are in the school community, you can share the Unlimited Wisdom links with them. They can become a part of it. Of course, 7 days free access. And then the same thing on all of your other social media platforms. So, and also we're sharing videos. I mean, especially I'm making sure that we put out the short videos for Robert to share with other people. So there's a lot of things that we're doing to try to help expand the community, and your help too. And we want to hear about your successes. We want to hear about what's going on with you too. This is not just Matt, Robert, and I. And in today's case, thank you, Bill, for helping to expand the communication. Also, Jody, thank you so much. I know you had to leave, but I'm going to still mention your name. This is about just interaction, talking. It is coffee time.
Pleasure is all mine. Thank you.
Yeah. So if everybody is cool, I guess we can go ahead and, say thank you very much, wrap it up, and get the week started.
Thank you. Love you all.
All right.
Let's get it.
Big shout
Thanks,
outs
guys.
to, thank you very much, Lisa Marie, to Bill, Matt, Erlene, Jay, Melody, Michael, Sharon, Tom. Those are the ones that I see that are left. Thank you guys for, just even showing up and listening. And we're going to do this again next week, next Monday
Awesome.
at this same time, 9 a.m. Pacific. And who knows what we're going to talk about? We'll talk about something. And I'll post up the replay here too in the community under the live replays. It's part of the classroom. And you'll see there one of the selections is replays of live events. So we will post it up there. And look forward to seeing you guys again soon. And let's keep going. Let's keep growing. And let's do that voodoo that you do so well.
Thank you for all you do, Craig.
Thank
you.
you. Love you guys. Have a
Thank
blessed
you.
day.
Love you,
Bye.
Melody.
Have a great week.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to
Thank
my
you,
rambling.
I
Thank you,
love
Matt.
you, Matthew.
Bye, Ezra.
Bye,
Thank
guys.
Bye, you guys.
Melody.
Ezra's up now.
Good
Go
day,
Bye,
all.
Hush Michael.
Bye.
I hear you.
All right.
Take care, everybody. Have a
Love
great
y'all.
day.
Grandma
Bye.
You
Melody.
too, Greg.
Everybody, thank you so much, Craig.
Thanks, Greg.
Love and appreciate you, man. Take care.